Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I gotta tell ya, this is refreshing to see. In the world of online streaming, for once, these big leftist characters have some real competition. Twitch.tv, of course, had a complete monopoly on streaming, and it was a tightly regulated left-wing echo chamber. Any conservative or mildly centrist voice instantly gets nuked or shadow banned, but now things have changed so much in the Trump era, and we've got people like Asmongold, massive streamers applying some pushback against this left-wing woke culture that's totally dominated the gaming space. You know, it's making the down season a little bit exciting, a little bit more entertaining than it would have been otherwise, especially as we're watching Cenk's nephew, Hasan Piker, collect a compendium of the most colossal L's of all time. These left-wing hacks, pretending to be grassroots, they just can't keep up, folks. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. So basically, here's the gist of it. Hasan has been doing a little bit of PR reimagining lately. He wants to be seen as less out of touch, less as just the guy sitting behind the computer screen, yapping all day, and more as the guy who's on the streets. In these events, he's been criticized previously as always being at his computer, but of course, if he's part of the revolutionary left, he needs to LARP as an Antifa super soldier on the streets, and so he's faced some criticism as not being authentic in the world of the unemployed. And so Hasan decides that he's gonna join the protest. He's gonna go shut down the LA interface because Donald Trump is a fascist.
This is so I don't get identified by the authorities. Anyway, they're shooting at the bridge right now. Fascism is colonialism and imperialism turned inwards. Who are you with?
Student freelancer, student friend.
Hopefully one day we'll see the largest political commentator Asmongold out here in the streets, you know, for protesting for, I don't know, making anime larger or some
Oh my god, I got the ticket.
a cause that I'm also on board with, by the way.
Nothing says bash the fash like stopping pregnant women from getting to the hospital by blocking traffic. But anyways, while attending this riot, on his live stream, he at one point attempts to call out Asmongold, and well, let's just say it didn't go so well for Cenk's little nephew boy here.
Bro, he's out there. He's out there talking about me.
Hopefully one day we'll see the largest political commentator Asmongold out here in the streets, you know, for protesting for, I don't know, making
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll go with the National Guard to arrest everybody who's standing in the highway. Yeah, I think that sounds great. Yeah, if I could go and do that, I feel like, you know what? That sounds like a really good idea. I love that idea. This guy's smart.
Ooh, Asmongold would never show up to an event like this. He's not real like me. And then Asmon hits him with the perfect comeback, smooth like frickin' peanut butter. Yeah, sure, I'd go there, with ice, to arrest you and your black-clad friends. Talk about getting absolutely owned. And just the irony baked into this whole thing, Hasan standing in that crowd, looking as awkward and as out of place as you could possibly be, calling out Asmongold for being a poser. I mean, this guy's the definition of a poser.
I think they're gonna push in from this side of the road. That my hair up.
Hasan Piker goes to the protest, hears a bang, and then runs away like a little girl and goes, "Oh no, my hair." Yeah, pretty on brand. Hasan Piker really knows the struggle. No, he's a trust fund baby, a plump little Turkish oligarch boy who grew up learning the arts of equestrianism. This guy's the definition of being fed with a silver spoon.
To a relatively affluent family, and if you're like even a little bit affluent in Turkey because of how massive the wealth gap is in a country like that, you're caked up in comparison to like American standards, where if a similar salary would not, or similar amount of wealth would not make you, upper middle class even.
Hasan's father, Mehmet B. Piker, who is a public figure, so I'm not doxing anybody, was the vice president of Sabancı Holding, a Fortune 500 company at the time. He also represented Turkey as a delegate in the European Union. For Hasan to act like this wouldn't even make him upper middle class in America, when his father was literally one of the most powerful businessmen on the planet, is just a straight up lie, which he does a lot of in this interview. Hasan does mention that his father was the right-hand man in a holding group.
But he was successful. I mean, he was like lobbying the Turkish government. You know, he was like the right-hand man in a holding group. You know what I mean? He had some pretty serious jobs.
But to pretend that his family's wealth was comparable to your average middle-class American is laughable. Hasan goes on to claim that his father lost everything futures trading after he had retired and Hasan went off to college.
By the time I got to college, my dad lost everything, right? Which is fine. I mean, I still had a lot of the benefits of a early upbringing.
Could you tell us? Do you mind telling us how he lost everything, or what?
Future trading.
What happened in that?
Just gambled, basically.
Yikes. Okay.
You know?
Had you been doing that for a while and seen some success, and then just kind of went all in on it or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm a little murky on the details. Like, I don't think he's never fully like brought it up. You know what I mean?
I can't dispute this fact in and of itself, as this information isn't public, but given Hasan's repeated lies throughout this interview, and the fact that his father is still a powerful figure in Turkish politics, being one of the founding members and deputy chairman of the Future Party, formed in 2019 by former Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu, I find it hard to believe that his father lost all of his financial influence.
Oh yeah, this guy really knows the struggle. He knows all about workers' rights and what workers want. You know, like pretty much all the elite communists. They've never worked a damn day in their life. I mean, totally on brand for Cenk's nephew. Just a complete phony who continues to expose himself. Just a total L, total projection. As if Hasan Piker should ever be challenging anybody's realness, when he's the fake communist guy who drives a $200,000 Porsche and lives in a $3.5 million Hollywood Hills mansion. Yeah, he's the guy showing up to the protest to fight against Donald Trump's deportation of illegal migrants because he's totally real. No, probably because he's an elitist Hollywood type who probably benefits from the cheap labor, cooking and cleaning for him, and manicuring his $3.5 million house and neighborhood. Let's be very freaking real. Just a total L. And clearly he knows it based on his reaction, because what does every good leftist do when they've lost the argument or they've been exposed? Direct and indirect calls for censorship, of course.
To understand how far right we have gotten, for the record, back in the day when Sex Pestany said, I don't care, white supremacists need to mow down these like stupid Black Lives Matter protesters, he got banned, he got de-verified. Asmongold can now be the largest content creator on the platform and be like, yeah, they deserve it. To be fair, he's talking about the cops in this circumstance. We understand them as white supremacist force and not like the non-state actors taking matters in their own hands. But even then, the results are the same. He will get no punishments for this. As a matter of fact, I'll probably get banned before he does.
Now essentially indirectly calling for Asmongold to be deplatformed. You won't get a punishment for this. Implying that he deserves to get a punishment. For what? Making a completely logical, benign comment that makes you look like a complete doofus? It's just so predictable. It's the grifter at work. And actually, speaking of L's and speaking of grifters, this right here might prove the point and also might be the biggest L of Hasan's career.
Hi Taylor, what are you doing?
Hi.
Watch out.
Good to see you guys. Hi everyone.
Taylor's here.
I'm here with some other journalists. I'm actually on my way to go meet them.
What are you guys doing?
Sergio just got here. He got shot with one of those pepper things in the chest. So
Oh no.
He's coming back.
Yeah, they are.
I know, they keep shooting.
We had our first experience with a flashbang exploding on our head. It was
Oh
fun.
God. Well,
I mean, it was kind of cool.
A grown man, literally getting all giddy as he sees Taylor Lorenz. Ooh, yikes. Now that one, of course, doesn't even need explaining. What an absolute goofball. This is the left, folks. This is what they've got. A bunch of astroturfed phonies who sure were able to make it work when their little website over there was totally ideologically imbalanced. But now that they've got a little bit of competition, I mean, it's just been a brutal experience for these left-wing thought leaders. Poor Hasan Piker never thought he'd actually have to debate anyone. He thought he could just be Twitch's little golden boy, pushing his terrorist propaganda to 12-year-olds with the backing of a Twitch.tv contract, and no one would ever get in his way. But now the playing field has changed so dramatically, and the left is just getting absolutely owned. Cenk, you should come get your nephew because it's a total humiliation. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.